What's going on, blinksters? My name is blinkycab, and I'm on the freeway here, and there is some roadworks or something like that happening along this section of the freeway, and it's always congested. So I specifically got on the freeway, headed north, knowing I would hit this congestion here. And the reason being, two things. One is we're going to lane split, and two, we're going to find out if it's legal or not to lane split, because I very well could get pulled over. I don't know. I don't know if it's illegal or not here in New Zealand, but I'm going to act on the same laws I'm used to in Australia. And that is, you can lane split so long as you're doing 30 k's or less. The flow of traffic is doing 30 k's or less. So yeah, I figure if I follow those laws, if I get pulled over, I can say, well, look, I'm from Brisbane, that's what the rules are over there. And similar countries, you know, New Zealand wants to be like Australia, so I'm sure they've adopted some of our laws. The Kiwis are going to love that. All right, so we're doing 40, so I can't really lane split right now. But that's okay, that's okay. For once, I want there to be traffic. Otherwise, this video is going nowhere real fast. Come on, give me some traffic. Give me some, is there emergent? No, there's an exit lane. But after the exit lane, they're not gonna have anywhere to go. See, this is the tricky point. Unless you have to stay on the freeway, a lot of people here would be thinking, oh, do I stay on? Do I get off? Do I stay on? Do I get off? What do I do? You know, when you're in that position where the freeway is getting blocked up and you start quickly questioning whether you should stay on or get off. It's funny. I'll lane split up the right because the people in the left lane very well could want to come over into this lane. Actually, I think it turns into two lanes. Now, when you're lane splitting, you want to be careful of open spaces because that's where cars could move into, right? So like up here, there's some open spaces, so that's where I get weary. I don't get weary when there's lots of cars. Like here, these two cars, they're side by side. They're not going anywhere. It's kind of counterintuitive, right? Because people go, oh, I don't want to go in between two cars side by side. That's scary. I want to go when they're diagonally next to each other, you know, because it makes you feel safer. But it's not, because if there's empty spaces, there's a potential lanes change happening. And I just said lanes change. Yes, I did. I realized that. But yeah, it's safer. Like here, see, truck and a car, they're not going anywhere. You pull up, empty space, so be careful. Someone from the left could be changing. Okay, these cars are side by side now, so it's safest right now. You know, you got to be careful of the empty spaces. Yeah, we're doing under 30. We're doing under 30. It's all good. Everything's legal. Everything is legal. But yeah, lane splitting, don't be afraid of it. I feel like because I've been to Bali a number of times and I get on the scooters and I do, you know, some pretty hectic stuff. Not all the time, but sometimes in Bali I just get right up it. And the scooters are phenomenal. They can accelerate and brake so quickly. It's just a ton of fun. And in any emergency, you know, you can pull up rather quickly because you're only doing 20 or 30 Ks, you know. But that 0 to 30 Ks is so quick on a scooter, and that's your fun zone in Bali. It's brilliant, but a lot of it is you're riding right in narrow alleyways or with cars next to you or like a curb right next to you and a van next to you and stuff, so it's all very tight space type riding. And I think that's where a lot of my confidence with lane splitting has come from. Not that lane splitting is hard or overly scary, but I know that some riders are a little daunting about the whole lane splitting thing, you know. And there's that common mistake, like I said, where they feel like when the cars aren't next to each other is when they want to do it, but that's when you got to pay the most attention. When the cars are side by side, they know. Unless, like, I mean, look, nothing's 100% when you're riding a bike, but those cars next to each other know that there's a car next to them, so they're not going to change. That's safest. It's the ones that try to like get in front of the car next to them and into that empty space. That's the dangerous part of lane splitting. Anyway, yeah, nothing's 100%. You never know. And when you're lane splitting, right, so when, like here, when I was lane splitting on this side, I was concentrating on not only the right lane and the center lane, but also on the left lane, because you never know if I'm going to make a decision to go up in between these two cars here. Oh, he's speeding off. But if I went in between and I pulled in front of this car in front of me, you don't know if someone from the left lane, like this person here, like that, you don't know if that person's going to just pull over on you, right? So you've got to pay attention to all lanes. But yeah, alright guys, thanks for watching my video on lane splitting, and thanks for keeping up with Vlog a Day October, if you have been. There's immense pressure now. I feel like every video is going to be better than the last, but I don't think I'll ever beat the burger cooking video. Nothing can top that. Cooking Burgers, episode 5.2. If you missed it, go back and check it out. And I've still got my cough. Alright guys, love you blinksters, stay cool, I'll see you tomorrow. Ciao!